Hey, yo. Getting right into it today. No playing around. Test my caller ID real quick. No fucking around. Give myself a call. Test the caller ID. What's going on, though? What's going on with y'all? What's up with y'all? Gonna try to get a lead. Got a couple, I don't know what's taking so long here. Got a few more properties to call through at the end of my Driver for Dollars list here. This is the first time I've gone through it. So I may just go through the end of it and then round back and hit the people who I tried yesterday for the second time. I don't know why this isn't calling. Man, I've been running into a lot of issues with Mojo Dialer. If you're watching this and you use Mojo, let me know if you've run into issues recently as well. I've also gathered from a lot of people now that I'm like really trying to immerse myself in all things wholesaling is people talk bad about Mojo. I always thought it was like the go-to, kind of the industry standard. It may be actually, but I think people have found that other dialers are more efficient and, are capable of doing more. And shoot, if it's anything, hopefully it just gives me a better connection. Oh yeah, it looks like it's browser connection's been up and down for the past couple hours. Let me log off some. Oh, I don't even really have anything to log off of. I can close this out. Let's try that again. No, I'm gonna have to just completely restart that. Sorry, everybody. All right, let's see if it calls me. Oh, this is crazy. There we go. That's Mojo calling me, and then the second number that dials in is the caller ID that I'm testing. And there it is. I'm good. No spam. So go ahead and get out of here. Please select the call results. Contact, sure. Go to my Driver for Dollars list. General Driver for Dollars. Power dialer. Boom, 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 boom. About 45 properties to call through. Should only take me like 30 minutes. Maybe a little longer since I have some numbers to eliminate. Since this is the first time through, you get a lot of incorrect numbers.
Using your touchtone phone with enter. You are now logged into the Mojo dialer. Please press the start button on your screen to begin calling.
Okay. I can do that.
Please leave your message for 71. The person you have dialed can't take your.
I always wonder. There's always like one or two people that tap in right when I go live, but then they leave. If that's you, stick around, man. I love the chat. Love to get some people in here live. That's really, my ultimate goal, right? But the reason I go live is just because it's easier for me. I don't have to like do any crazy editing. I know it doesn't make for the best content, but kind of not really putting a lot of my focus on that. I'm really focusing on the business and want to document it at the same time, but don't really want to be spending a majority of my time on the content itself. But I know that's what people are looking for, cool overlays and HD stream I'll have it up once, one day. But right now, if you're tapping in, I swear it's. Hi there, is this Miss Avina? I'm sorry, I was looking for the owner of a property on Crawford Drive. Do I have the right number here?
I'm sorry, you have the wrong number.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I know. Yeah, but I'd love to chat. My goal in it is just to kind of connect with people who are doing this business. It'd be cool. Hello? Hello? Hello, is this Miss Mata? I was gonna say it'd be cool if I ended up doing business with somebody who tapped in, but really I'm just looking to network with people and who are on that same wave, right? It's obviously my friends aren't doing this and my family isn't doing this, so I'm looking to make some friends that are.
Please leave a message or call back. Thank you.
To keep me motivated, That's really why I joined the accountability group. I mean, it's not even really an accountability group. That's what I'm referring to it as because that's really why I joined.
Please leave your message for Jose and Longoria.
But again, that's why I kind of joined, is just to surround myself with people who are doing similar things. It's motivating to see when somebody gets a contract, or somebody, and it's not the same to me, at least, when it's just somebody random on Facebook. But if I'm like getting to know somebody on a personal level who also does this business, it's motivating to see them win.
Please leave a message. Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
So if you do this business and you're in it and you're going hard and getting contracts and stuff, share it with me on in the comments. I really do want to know, and I'd love to get to know you. Chat about some deals, help each other on comps, all that good stuff. Pick each other's brain on value.
Please leave your message for 7133.
Flying through these a lot quicker than I thought. Oh, hoping to get that contract signed tonight. If you watched any of my recent ones, have a lead that I generated like 2 days ago on a cold call. She was ready to sign. I had kind of deferred and pushed it out a day to give myself some time to run comps because she was firm on her number. And I just wanted to make sure that it was going to work for me. She's at 62,000 firm. And I used that first cold call conversation. I tried to comp it. I pretty much did comp it when I was on the phone with her, but just wasn't very confident to be able to agree with her asking price. I'm still kind of, it's rare to me that people throw out an asking price that's reasonable. I'm so used to, somebody being firm at their number and it being unrealistic. So this one kind of threw me off, and it throws me off when somebody's like, yeah, I'll take 50% value of my, you know what I mean? It's like, is that, to me, it's automatic that it still seems too high, right? Whereas I could have just agreed with her right in the beginning. So I asked for that day. I was like, let me get back to you. Let me do my homework, figure out if that number will work for me since you're so firm. I made her an offer. I made her an offer of 50 when she started at 65 and I came in at 50 and she lowered to 62. And I didn't know. I knew 50 was gonna work, but once it started getting up close to 60 and above, uh, I was like, I needed to do my research. So I did my homework. Turns out, I think 62. It's still gonna be tight. I think there's not the best comps in the area, but there is some as is comps that went for well over 62. Hello? Hello? So I called her back yesterday, agreed to the 62 while she was still at work. She asked for a call back late, or she said she was going to call me back yesterday night after she got home and took a nap. I wanted to give her a call. I gave her a call like 30 minutes after she told me she was supposed to give me a call. I woke her up from her nap and she said, yeah, that works. Just send it over. And I put my foot down, pretty much stood firm on the fact that I was not going to send her the agreement until she was in front of a computer ready to walk through it with me. That way she's not going to take my agreement and go shop it around for a higher offer. Yeah. And I went through this in the video that I recorded yesterday, but 2 reasons why I'm not going to send her the agreement before she's ready to sign it. One, it makes it super easy for her to go just shop it around to other investors. She's already expressed that other investors are interested. And then 2, I don't want her to like read through that contract, that agreement, and jump to like assumptions and conclusions about the language in there and make the decision that she no longer wants to sell based on the language in the agreement without actually consulting me about it. Right. I want to be, and that's what I say. And people can spin this whatever way they want to, but it's honest. That's the way I say it when they ask why I won't send the agreement. And I say it's because I don't want you to misinterpret anything. I want to be there on the phone with you. We offer it. Our company offers it as a courtesy to our sellers that we are going to be there on the phone with them when we and walk through that agreement together with them to be able to answer any questions right then and there. Gosh. Hello, is this Ms. Dominguez? Yeah, I missed my opportunity, I think. My screen will go black. I'll have it on mute so that they don't catch me talking like I'm talking right now, but that's bothersome. Yeah. So she had asked for the agreement, and I said no, and I pretty much pitched the way I just pitched it. And she said, okay, give me a call tomorrow. So I'm gonna give her a call tomorrow around the same time that I talked to her yesterday evening when she gets back from work. Sounds like she actually gets home from work right around this time, in probably about 10 to 15 minutes. Sounds like it's about an hour drive for her, hour commute. She tends to get off at 3:30 is what it sounds like. And she said yesterday that she was going to be home around 4:30, which is about. Hi there, is this Frank?
Yeah.
Frank, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Parker Road.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
Well, let me ask you, how much do you know about that property?
I don't know much about the inside. I'm taking a look online right now. It looks to be about a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, roughly 800 square feet. Is that correct?
Yeah, somewhere around there. If you're looking at Google Maps right now, if you're looking directly at the house, the street view, if you look just a hair to the right, you'll see a metal building.
Yeah.
Okay, those are both 2129 Parker Road.
Okay. Okay. So the one that I'm looking at, and then the metal building to the back right.
And then there's the commercial.
Okay.
The property was owned by my grandparents, and then they gave the lot right beside it where the sheet metal building is at.
Yeah.
And my dad built it right on the property line.
Okay.
So I can't really sell one without the other.
Okay. So okay. Yeah, definitely. So the shed in the back sits on the property line, but both of the lots you do own.
Yes, I own both.
Okay, now what about the building and kind of more in front of that shed to the right of what I imagine I was looking at?
The white looking trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure there. So two lots, one with kind of the trailer sitting on it, one with the house to the left of it, and then the shed in the back that kind of splits it right down the middle.
Yeah, that shed is actually a sheet metal fabrication
Okay.
shop.
Okay, okay. And is it in use?
What?
Is it in use?
Not so much. It was my dad's. He left it to my mom. My brothers tried to run it. They ran it into the dirt, and the mother just said, "Here, Frank, take it."
Gotcha.
I said, "Okay." Now I have upgraded everything. I don't know what the latest version of Google shows it. Does the residence still show a white van in front of it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, well, that's way out of date.
Okay, okay,
Because now that residence has a concrete driveway
okay,
in the back, parallel to the house. It has a new wooden fence all the way around it.
okay,
The fence does not go all the way to the street. I have a wrought iron fence from about 16 feet back, up and across,
okay,
back down the other side. And the same thing goes for the commercial building. It has a brand new concrete driveway. It's all been cleaned. It's been restored.
okay. All right, perfect.
I was going to use it for retirement, and I've still got maybe I can do it today, but in 30 years.
Got you. So you've been at 26. You lived in the building, the residential?
That was my grandparents. Yes, I did grow up there.
Oh, okay, okay. Is there anybody living there now?
Yeah, I have some tenants in there.
Okay. All right. Now, it sounds like there is maybe some interest in selling here. If you don't mind me asking, how long have you been kind of thinking about it?
When I acquired the sheet metal company, I had the house, and then I acquired the sheet metal property, but did own it. I had some friends that were, going to try to sell it, and then I just said, I loosely call them friends, and it was more of they're going to buy it for like pennies on the dollar and then sell it for $1.
Gotcha.
And I had multiple properties, and they did that on one of the properties, and I said, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. But they did manage to go to the shop and aggravate my renters.
Oh, of course.
So since then, people are calling me left and right trying to make an offer on the residence. And I try to explain to them I own both prop lots.
Right.
And I can only sell them as one.
Right, right.
So it depends on what y'all can come back with.
Yeah, okay. Now,
if it's enough to say, hey, I'll do it, then yeah, we'll work something out. But if it's something that's lowballed, then typically you'll get my no answer.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. I want I'm in no business to be convincing anybody to sell me their property, but definitely want it to be, known that we are looking to make a slight profit on it as well. I'm not quite sure, what the exit strategy would be on this one. We do a little bit of everything, but did want to put that out there. By no means are we, looking to hit the lotto, but we do have to carve out a little bit of room to profit on it as well.
I understand. There was another company that wanted to get into the sheet metal business. They had an air conditioning business, and then they were trying to get it lower than what the people were trying to sell it, and it's just fine. It just aggravated me enough to say, "Go away, everybody."
Yeah, I gotcha. Now the trailer, is it a second parcel? Is it a complete second lot with its separate address, or when you say you?
My younger brother lived there.
Okay.
And then he passed away, and I just left it there.
Gotcha.
I actually have a young man that does work for me. He and his girlfriend are living in it right now.
Okay. All
I said
right.
girlfriend, fiance, girlfriend. I gave up trying to figure it out.
Okay. All right. And I asked that because I just want to make sure if it is, if it is something that we'd be able to work out. I just want to make sure if we'd be looking to acquire, two separate parcel numbers, or if it's just all under the same address, their same parcel number, but it's a double lot.
Yeah, it's listed as two lots. One's 15 and the other is 16.
Okay. All right.
I think it's Sunrise Gardens. I don't remember all of it.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, well, I'll let you know. Me and my partner, we're looking to pick up a property, maybe two, within the next, 30, 60 days. We are able to buy cash, and we can kind of cover all of the fees and the costs and whatnot that pops up in the transaction there. So I don't know if you've given it any thought, but did you have a number in mind that you'd be hoping to get for the both of them there?
I really haven't thought about it.
Okay.
When everybody and their brothers started calling me about trying to do the same thing, I immediately started throwing out 500,000.
Okay.
That's too much. And I would say, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That would make them go away and never call me again.
Right. But I'm trying to feel out. Is it something that you're kind of just looking to see what I'm able to offer, or are you wanting to kind of pull the trigger sometime soon and get rid of them?
Well, I got to see what offer
Sure.
would come in,
Okay.
and then from there, then I can determine yes or
no. Okay. So if you don't mind, if you have a few minutes, I'd like to just ask a few questions about the condition and the tenant as well, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So the tenant, are they on a long-term lease, or are they month to month right now?
There is month to month.
Okay.
When I put people in there, when those people, I completely restored that place.
Mm-hmm.
You might not look it right now, but I completely gutted it and redid the inside.
Okay. Yeah, and that's kind of what my next questions were going to be, is the kind of the overall condition of it.
I wasn't in this to make money.
Mm-hmm.
My thought originally when I was doing this was, there are people out here that don't make a lot, they really want a house. So if I rent this a little less, then they can save up some.
Right.
And then they can go buy them a house.
Right.
It's not my house.
Yeah, I hear you.
This couple has been there. This is the only couple that's been in there since I remodeled.
Okay. All right. And what year would that have been, the remodel, and when they moved in there?
That's like asking an old guy, me, was that last week or last year? I don't remember.
Okay. Are we talking 5 years, 10 years, 20?
Let's see. My dad passed away. That was 11 years ago. So it would have to be less than 10 years.
Okay. All right.
My younger brother was there, and it was between 5 and 10 years.
Okay. All right. And what was the kind of extent of the remodel? I guess I could just kind of go off on the things that we're going to look at pretty much. The big ticket items for us is the roof. Do you know if that was replaced during that remodel?
No, I haven't replaced the roof.
Okay.
I know that what I did was redone the air conditioning,
Okay.
redone the plumbing. The kitchen was the same. I actually, it has a back porch, and I put a washer and dryer out there, and the water heaters out back. And there was actually a third room that my grandmother, who lived there, used as an office to manage my dad's company next door. So.
Okay.
But then I've enclosed it in hardy plank, and it seems to be doing well. Okay,
cool. All right, so the roof, and then you said the kitchen is original or hadn't really been gone in there.
Well, I redid the kitchen too. I moved things out, got new appliances.
Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, and then you said the AC as well. Plumbing, any issues with the recent storm? I know everybody kind of got affected with the plumbing. Any hardships that you saw there with the plumbing?
No, I mean, it sits up on piers.
Right. Okay.
I didn't really see anything, and the renters didn't yell at me.
Okay. That's the telltale sign, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right. And
They don't yell. I don't have to fix something.
yeah, exactly. So the roof, the AC, and no foundation issues with the piers there, sitting on the blocks. No, okay. All right. Perfect. Now, what I will do is I'll kind of and last question with the tenants is if you don't mind disclosing how much they're paying monthly.
They pay about $420 to, I think it's $425. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They don't. Because remember, I don't ask them.
Yeah.
I want them to save and get them their own house somewhere.
Right. Okay. And you said they had expressed interest in possibly buying it at one point.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for me to want to sell them that and not be able to, and then have that sheet metal company next to it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, what I can do, or I guess the last question that I kind of have is, if we were able to come to an agreement on price here, how quickly would you want to get it done? I get in the habit of saying that, we can close quickly, we can close in 14, 30 days because we can if everything works out. But I find that that's not really, it doesn't really work for everybody's timeline. So just wanted to kind of feel it out. If we were able to come to an agreement on price, how quickly would you want to sell?
I would, I have no clue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
You call me in between conference calls about work.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad I did catch you at a good time. We are definitely interested. It seems like something that we would like, especially because of the double lot there. I'm not sure. Do you happen to know how big the lot is with the two combined? I just want to make sure that I'm.
It's the same as the one, the residential. They're identical.
Okay. So I'm looking at like 9,600 square feet. Does that sound about right? Ring a bell?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got other meetings on my mind right now.
No worries. Okay, well, I'll kind of leave it here. What I'll do is I'll pass this information off, and I'll either call you back myself or maybe my partner. If you don't mind, just kind of I'll take the day and do my homework and kind of research the area, figure out exactly what we'd be able to offer you on this, just so I don't leave any money off the table. Is this a good number to reach you at, say, tomorrow around the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
I had to think of what days I have.
Yeah. No worries. So I'll give you a call probably this time tomorrow. Again, my name is Derek. This is my work line, so I'll be calling you off my cell phone just to give you a heads up. It'll be coming from a different number here. But like I said, I'll kind of take a look at the market activity, see what homes in the area are going for. Take all of the information with the repairs that will likely be needed into consideration and be able to get you kind of the best offer that we'd be able to. Like I said, I just want to be able to take my time so I don't leave any money off the table. I want to get you that absolute best offer that I can get you.
Okay.
All right. Well,
thank you, sir.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the call and your time, and I'll be speaking with you tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye now. That's another one. I'm just really uncomfortable comping while I'm on the phone like that. But that's a warm lead. I wish he would have given me a price. He said he's been given 500,000. There's clearly some pain there. He doesn't like dealing with the tenants. He's kind of made the joke about dealing with them. Oh, I didn't have to fix anything. So that whole thing in the back throws me off. I hate when properties are like that. And I the reason I didn't really understand I couldn't figure out if I'm making an offer on two properties or if I'm making an offer on one property with a unit. What do they call them? Like a dwelling unit or whatever it is. It's just a trailer. It's a trailer on the side. And to be quite honest, it doesn't really provide any more value to it. If anything, the value is in the land being able to probably tear down that trailer or just remove the trailer from that land and then building a house there, if that's the play. And I just don't know if that's the play in the area. So I was just, usually I'm like able to run comps, able to run numbers. I was prepared to make him an offer for like 50,000. It's pretty low, but that's why he has some stuff going for him with this other lot. So I just want to make sure that I'm taking that into consideration and not insulting him with such a low offer. I think it's one thing to like throw out a low offer with the intent, like, how do I say this? It's one thing if I know that my max allowable offer is 70,000 and then I make him an offer of 50 because I know I can go up to 70. But then it's a whole other thing to just like throw out a feeler of like 50,000 without actually knowing if that's going to work for me, or if he says I can do 60 and me still not know if that can work. Like I'm comfortable with just pushing it off. It didn't sound like he was going to sign anything right then and there anyway. So I'm cool with taking the day. I'll run my comps, try to figure out what I'm really looking at. The main thing is I was trying to figure out towards the end of the conversation there, you heard me, is the lot size. I don't know if I'm looking, he says it's the same as the residential. So I don't know and that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, am I looking at two different addresses? Am I looking at two different lots? He says it's the same size as the residential. I don't think he like actually, in PropStream, it shows me 7,600 or 9,600 square foot lot. And he says the one to the next of it is the same size. So I don't know if I'm looking at two 9,600 square feet lots, like a 20,000 square foot lot pretty much combined, or if I'm looking at two, 4,800 square foot lots combined to make 9,600. Which makes a huge difference, because that like is really the difference of being able to remove the trailer and put some new construction on that 9,600 square foot lot, or making him an offer on one size lot with I think some value can be added to that trailer if it's in livable condition. I didn't really get much information on the trailer itself, but based off of what I've gathered is you can't provide full value to the square footage of that trailer, but you can provide half value. So if that makes sense, and probably even less so because it's a trailer and it's not like an additional unit. Is that what ADU stands for? Additional dwelling unit, I think. I'm gonna look it up. ADU. Accessory dwelling units have been known by many names: granny flats, in-law units, backyard cottages, secondary units. So based off what I've gathered is you provide 50% value. So let's say homes in the area that are one bedroom, one bath, the same square footage as the trailer, they're going for 100,000. I wouldn't assign $100,000 value to that dwelling unit. I would kind of assign $50,000. And I don't know if this is correct, but I personally would probably assign a little bit less than that. Knowing that, one, it's going to need repairs to probably be brought up to speed to match these other comps that are going for 100,000, and two, the fact that it's a trailer and it's not like a actual like home on a foundation, if that makes sense. But anyways, take my notes on this one. Interested. 21. I'm right here reading the addresses off to you guys. I'm sure he did in that conversation anyway. Don't steal my deal. House that you see on Google Maps is the residential home. He also owns I kept calling it a shed, and he made sure to correct me. He also owns the sheet metal fabrication shop in the back shed, along with the trailer to the right of the residential home. He owns, this is a double lot, and he wants/needs to sell both at once. Derek unsure of lot sizes, parcel numbers, subdivision, etc. He has done some renovation to the place after Google Map. He was familiar with his Google Map image too. You can tell he's like slightly intimate with the ins and outs of the place, you know. Although it seems like he doesn't really manage it like on a day-to-day basis, but he keeps up with it to the best he can. He put in concrete driveways on both units, new wooden fence, and what he said, wrought iron fence around perimeter. And it pays, what did he say, $425? Crazy low per month. I think it's $425 per month on a month-to-month basis. Likely needs a new roof. Kitchen, bath. He said he did work to the kitchen, but it didn't sound like it was actual renovation. Kitchen, bath, carpet paint. AC, plumbing, new appliances were purchased during renovation around 10 years ago. He said 5 to 10. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that it was 10. Boom, note. He grew up in the house. Owned it for 26 years. Made the joke to say he might as well own it for another 4 to make it an even 30. Lot numbers 15 and 16. No asking price. Unsure how soon he wants to sell. And I'll kind of address those. He doesn't know how soon he wants to sell because he doesn't know the process. So it's going to be on me to educate him and let him know, like, this is what the process is going to look like. So if you're ready. So that's something that I could have done better job of, is like explaining to him how my offer is going to be delivered. I kind of touched on it. Like, we can pay cash, we can pay all the costs. And then that's when I went to go ask for his price, but I'll just make sure to reiterate that when I come with my price, and kind of let him know that it can be, super smooth. We ideally would like to have it delivered vacant, just to let me finish this dialing session. Set myself a task to comp, determine MAO, and then I'll call him tomorrow around this same time. So yeah, that was. Can you send me the signed purchase agreement? Man, this guy is ruining this deal for me. But to finish my thought on that one, that's something that I will deliver when I go to deliver my offer. I'll be sure to just be sure to reiterate all the benefits, kind of like bring up all the pain. I know that the last thing that you're wanting to deal with is these tenants who are probably ruining the place. And, you kind of made the joke yesterday about, the only time you ever hear from them is when they want you to fix something, or when something's going wrong. And, I'm sure that that's probably giving you headaches, and I can understand that. But at the same rate, I also understand that you grew up in the home. It sounds like it's been passed down through generations, and every family member, it seems to have their hand in it to some, at one point, has lived here or had some type of involvement in the business. So I understand that it's also a kind of a sentimental thing for you, and I can appreciate that. I want to let you know that I can, I respect that as well, and I want to make sure that I'm reiterating it exactly how I'm saying it right now. Um, and again, we are looking to buy a few properties. We're talking to a few people. So if this isn't something, that, and kind of disqualify myself, if it's not something that you're wanting to move forward with, I completely understand. Um, but this is something that we'd be able to come in with cash, cover the closing costs. And the best part is we can buy it completely as is. We're not going to ask that you make any repairs or anything like that. Um, and being able to get it off your hands, take over the tenant. Ideally, we would like it to be delivered vacant if that's something that we can work out with the tenant. But just looking at the area and looking at the the homes that are selling around your house there, and just considering all the renovations that we would likely do, probably replace the roof, redo the kitchen and bathrooms, really just bring it up to 2021 standard, with everything, carpet, paint, flooring. Sounds like the AC is newer, so we're not needing to replace that, which is good. But we'd be right at 60,000 cash, and throw it out there. And if he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. It doesn't really sound like he's super motivated, but it's worth sending him an offer, delivering an offer to him, and feeling him out. But I was getting ready to complain about this guy. So this one that I have in escrow right now, it's already been assigned, $8,000 assignment agreement that's pending. I'm just needing the seller to kind of participate a bit. For a while, we were waiting on his documents to come through. His seller information sheet that the title company sends out is just the basic, like, my name is this, my address is this. I was married when I bought the house, but I am now divorced. Very basic information, but that's another thing that's going on with it, is that was the case for him. He was married when he bought it, but has since been divorced. So what the title company needs, really what the title insurance company, I don't know if I'm pretty sure they outsource it to other underwriters, but in order to issue title insurance, the underwriters, the people who are assessing risk in writing this insurance policy on the property, they need that. I guess it's referred to as a divorce decree, and this is something that's brand new to me, but it makes sense to the point where I'm able to, I think, articulate it. So that divorce decree was issued by the family court judge when him and his wife were going to court to finalize and settle out the divorce. The judge issues an official decree and stamps it and certifies it. I, Honorable Derek Wilson, certify that this divorce is finalized and that this person is entitled to this property, meaning like belongings, not even like a house, but like this person is entitled to the car. This person is entitled to the house. This person, that way on the divorce decree, it makes it clear and it spells it out that my seller has the ability, not just wants to sell it, but he actually legally has the ability to sell it to me based off that divorce decree. So the title company needed that. So it was just those two documents, the seller info sheet and the divorce decree, that I needed scanned in and sent. And it's been like a week and a half. And the best I could do is get cell phone pictures from him of every page of the divorce decree. There's like 9 pages. And what is going on is, so this guy is, he's Spanish speaking. It sounds like English is his second language, but he speaks it very well. He understands me. Just like some like vocabulary or nuances of like the way that I say things, I have to kind of switch it up so that it makes more sense to him, or is a little bit more clear so he understands. But other than that, it's not even, that's just like a side note. That has really nothing to do with it. But he has a friend who sounds like an older white guy who is a retired real estate lawyer, but it just sounds like a friend of his, right? So this is how I handled it. Let me know if you're experienced and you've run into a situation like this. Let me know if you would have handled this differently. But what happened was the seller called me and was like, yo, like, are we still doing this? And he always says that when he calls, like, yeah, we're still doing it. Like, I'm just waiting. Remember, we talked about you issuing your tenant a 30-day notice and us closing once it was delivered vacant. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were still doing it. I was like, yep, we walked the property, checked it out. Everything's still good. He's like, all right, perfect. I was like, so can I get those docs? Oh, yeah. And he's always in a rush, man. And he's like, I want you to talk to my friend. I was like, all right, put him on. He's like, yeah, he has a few questions. And so he put this guy on. And he's like, the guy straight disrespected me out of the gate. He goes, hey, Chris. And I was like, no, this is Derek. He's like, oh, sorry, Derek. And he started asking just direct questions about the deal. Like, what was his first question? I don't know. He started asking about the title company. And I was like, yeah, we're at Citizen. He's like, is it in open escrow? I was like, yep, it's in escrow. At my title company, Citizen Title. And he's like, okay, is that in Conroe where the house is? I was like, no, it's in Houston. Do you need the address or like what's going on? And oh no, okay. And you need the divorce thing. He was kind of just like, it sounded like he was more so like kind of translating and just like, because it's very clear that my seller is turning to him, his friend, for advice because he was a retired real estate lawyer, so he knows, which is fine by me. I don't care, but it's one thing to like give him friendly advice, but another to kind of like intervene and slow the process down and slow the progress down of the deal, which is what he's doing now. So and then he started asking me about earnest money, and I was like, yeah, I mean, what do you? And then I was like, what I can do is I'll send you over the seller info sheet that I need filled out, and kind of reiterate what it is that we need from him, and I'll include my title company's information in there if you want to reach out and talk to them directly. And he's like, okay. So then we left it there, and that's exactly what I did. I sent over the blank seller info sheet that I needed filled out, reiterated in the email that I needed that filled out, as well as I needed that filled out, scanned, as well as his divorce decree scanned, and both of those documents sent back to me for the title company. And then I included my title company's information and phone number and 2 points of contact for the title company, both my escrow officer and like the closing agent over there. And I gave my title company a call. Hey, just wanted to give you a heads up. This is Derek calling on this file. I got off the phone with the seller's friend. It sounds like he's concerned. I don't know what's going on, but I just want to give you a heads up. I don't know if he plans to reach out, but if he does, I just didn't want him to catch you off guard. And they're like, all right, cool. Yeah, we're ready for him. Send him over if he wants to talk. I don't think he ever called. And then last night, and then the way that we finished that with the retired lawyer friend is he emailed me back and was like, okay, can you send me the purchase agreement, the original agreement? And I kind of put my foot down. Like I wasn't rude about it, but I said, I'm going to read it to you because this is what I'm looking for like advice on. I don't know if I handled this correctly or if I'm just like making a stink out of nothing. I just don't want him to intervene and ruin this deal. So he was like, yeah, can you send me the purchase agreement? And I emailed him back saying, hey, Mark, for the sake of confidentiality, I would prefer you get that directly from Mr. Castro, which is my seller. I understand that you two are friends and you're wanting to help him out, but if you're looking to represent him in a more formal capacity, I would like to receive a notice of representation before sharing any documents with you. Hopefully you understand. So let me know if that was like, that's a little much, Derek, but I come from a world of insurance and medical insurance at that. So anytime anybody called me, this happened frequently, where the claimants would like get represented and then the attorneys would call me like asking for everything. Yeah, send me the case file, send me the medical documents, send me everything. I'm like, well, I'll send you all of that once I get a notice of representation that clearly states that you have taken this person's case and that you are legally representing him as an attorney. So that's where I'm coming from. And I feel like that's reasonable, right? Like if you're wanting to be his friend, but don't involve me in it. Ask him for the documents that he should already have and be his friend. If you're wanting to be his attorney and communicate with me about the transaction and the ins and outs of this transaction that you really have nothing to do with if you're not his attorney, But if you are his attorney, then send me some paperwork showing me that you're his attorney, and I'm more than willing to send you whatever documents you want. I don't, I'll send in whatever. I don't care. But if you're not his attorney, get that from him. And I made that clear. And then he did not email me back when I said that to him. But then he emailed me last night saying, Derek, attached is the info sheet on Mr. Castro. And then he attached the scanned document of that info sheet. And I was like, all right, cool. So he's going through his friend to scan these documents. I still need the original contract you guys signed. And I never emailed him back. That was last night. I planned to email him back, but then the seller had emailed me just a minute ago with all of those pictures from the divorce decree. He took a cell phone picture of every single page. But he said, would you please send the copies for title that I signed? So I said, hey, Mr. Castro, I've attached all the documents that have been collected thus far. Let me know if you have any questions. And I sent him all the pages that he sent about the divorce decree. I sent him back that seller info sheet that he filled out. And then I sent him the original purchase agreement that he signed. So I don't know what his lawyer friend wants to do. I understand that, again, he's being his friend about it. But coming from that world of insurance, I also know that lawyers just make everything worse. They don't make anything better. They drag it on. They make it worse. So I'm hoping that he doesn't throw a fit about the earnest money or the language in the document or like my ability to market the property or anything like that. I just hope he doesn't go fuss because we're ready. Now we're ready. Now that I have those documents, they just need to run their title search, figure out if anything needs to be paid off, get that information if it does. Sounds like he owns it free and clear though. So it doesn't sound like anything aside from, this year's property taxes would have to be paid off. And then once his seller's out or his tenant's out, then we can close on the property. My buyer's ready. He's willing to wait that 30 days that the seller wanted to give his tenant. So it's really smooth sailing. And the only thorn in my side right now is his lawyer friend. So hopefully keep your fingers crossed for me that he doesn't throw a stink about anything. Other than that, appreciate everybody. I'm going to sign off right now. Maybe do a little bit of follow up and you know what? I'm gonna call this woman right now. I'm gonna call this woman right now and try to get her to sign. And I'm gonna have to close my window, you think? Jeez. My goodness. Hey, who's in here? What's going on? What's going on? I'm about to call this seller, this hot lead. I'm going to try to get her to sign right now. So wish me luck, whoever you are. Oh, and then they bounced right when I said I'm about to close the deal. Shoot, they're lost. About to witness greatness right now. About to witness greatness. You're the man. You're the best closer. You're the number one closer in the country. This seller needs my help. I can solve her problems. Let me familiarize myself with it again. Reread my notes. Tenant issues. Tenants always complaining, and she's a tired landlord. Tenants have a hard time paying rent sometimes. Continues to talk about how they just make the place a mess. She's just not wanting to deal with the tenants. So let me give her a call, and get her on the phone and see if I can help her out. Alleviate that stress from the tenants. She doesn't need to deal with that.
Please leave your message for.
I'm going to double tap her in a minute. Man, if she doesn't sign, Whew. Although I think what's going on, so on this one, she's on on like one or two occasions now, just asked for me to send the documents. Yeah, just send them through. Send them through. Um, and if you recall, if you watched my other video on this one, she said that she had another investor who was interested at the $62,000 mark, but that she stopped hearing back from them, and they never sent the agreement. And now I'm starting to think that they never sent the agreement because she was always wanting them to send it and she wasn't ready to sign. If that makes sense. Because again, it's very common practice to not send the agreement through until they're ready to sign. And now she's already kicked the can a few times with me when I am agreeing to her price. It's like that seller's remorse, and that's what I tried my best to offset with creating that urgency. And but she's just like, yeah, like 62. And I'm like, okay, I can do the 62. And then she's, oh, you can? Like I was, that's what people will do. They'll throw out some number that they think is like unreasonable. Like they'll never agree to 62. But if they do, I won, and then it's like, okay, I'll do the 62. Fine. You win. And they're like, maybe I should have asked for more. It's always like they're asking, I don't want to paint this picture because she's already agreed and she sounds like she's going to sign. But what I'm starting to lean towards is she thinks that she can get more money, or she thinks that, or she doesn't even really want to sell. She just has been throwing out this number thinking that it's unrealistic. And then when I agree to it, she's like, oh shit, like I didn't really want to sell. I just wanted to like make a fool out of you by throwing out an absurd number, but it's like not really an absurd number. So okay, let's do a deal. And then she starts to feel like, oh, like I'm sorry for wasting your time, but she's never gonna own that. She's never gonna say that. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I don't actually want to sell. What she'll do is stop answering my phone calls, stop getting back to me, stop communicating with me, just cut off all lines of communication because she's embarrassed now and she's made a fool of herself, really. But that could, that may not be the case as well. It could just, I'm just jumping to conclusions. So let me call her again right now. See if I can get her on the phone. She needs my help.
Please leave your message.
All right. Try her again tomorrow. Or maybe in like 20, 30 minutes. I might as well just hit my follow-ups right now since I started. I only got a few more people to call today. Let's see. Oh, this is one that's a lead, but I haven't been able to get a hold of the mom. She had just, when I cold called her, she was interested in selling, but wanted to, and she had just gotten surgery. So it had just been a while before I got a hold of her. So let me call her real back. I got a hold of her daughter last time.
Hello?
Hi, is this Catherine?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I need to get my whole food.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hi, I'm sorry. Is this Catherine?
yeah.
Hey, Catherine, this is Derek. We spoke a few weeks ago in regards to your property on Quail Street. You had let me know that I think you had just gotten surgery. So why do people do that? I'm gonna call her back and say I believe we were disconnected. This is how you get them.
Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Catherine, this is Derek. Sorry about that. I think we just got disconnected. I was just rounding back about the property on Quail Street. When we last spoke, you had let me know that you weren't ready to sell and probably wouldn't be for another couple of months since you just had surgery, which I completely understand and can respect. I just wanted to take a few minutes whenever you were available to hopefully learn a little bit about the property and figure out if an offer that we make on it is something that you'd be interested in and wanting to move forward with. My partner and myself are looking to pay cash. We can pay all the costs and the fees that pop up, and we can kind of work on your timeline. And we can also buy the property, as is. We won't ask that you make any repairs or anything like that to it. So if it is something that you're still interested in, please feel free to give me a call. And again, I'd love to make you an offer on that place there. My direct line is 832-324. I'll talk to you soon. Connected with seller when Derek brought up property. She hung up on him. Derek tried back, and seller ended call after 2 to 3 rings. Derek left voicemail, listing benefits and saying that he knows she wants to wait a bit to sell. I'll hit her in a week. Where's the other guy? There we go. I just never pushed it.
Hello. We are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after.
Hello?
Hi there, is Carolyn?
This is Carolyn.
Hello, this is Derek. I was just calling back, looking to speak with either you or Harry about the property over on Bell Bay.
No, my son hasn't called his uncle, my brother.
Okay.
So he's looking at the property and was thinking it was a certain amount, but we got to get it checked out first.
Okay.
Before we sell.
So I just want to make sure that I understand correctly. So you're wanting somebody to come take a look before you agree to anything, or?
Yeah, we're gonna have my brother. No, he don't have to look. He could just tell me over the phone.
Okay. And
he lives either. He was checking into the property to see how much it was over there.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
In that area, how much the other houses selling for?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'd be more than willing to kind of share what I found as well. That's kind of exactly what I'm doing and how I come up with my offer. I completely understand though. I don't want to have to convince you one way or another, but so yeah, let me know. Do you have an idea of when you'll get that information back and know whether or not you'll be interested in selling?
Sometime this week.
Okay.
I don't want to be until Friday or Saturday.
Okay, why don't I give you a call early next week then and see where you're at?
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for taking the call.
You are.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Bye now. That's annoying. That's fucking annoying. It's like, what is her uncle? What is his uncle gonna tell them that? What is he gonna say? Like, yeah, I guess I don't know. That's really frustrating to me. It's bothersome. Because also it's like now that's just putting me in a position to have to set their expectations when they I don't know, I'm not gonna get too hung up on it, but gonna say something that they don't want to hear or that they want to, I don't even know who this uncle is. What does his opinion matter? I literally almost said, okay, but like my offer is not gonna change. You know what I mean? So like I get it, I guess, but if you're not like wanting to move forward with my offer, that's really what matters. Like your uncle can't make that decision. Like you should go forward with that offer or not. You know what I mean? And that's why it's frustrating because they're just going to put me in a position to have to sound like the bad guy. I don't mean to sound like the bad guy. It's all facts and numbers for me. When I'm determining my offer, it's just straight facts. I think the property can probably sell for like 120 at the end of it. When I sell it on the open market for 120, I am going to have to pay the commissions and the fees. So I will likely walk away with about 108 ish, 110. And then I think that it's probably going to take about 40 to 50,000 to be able to bring it up to the point where I can sell it for 120. So on a conservative end, which is how we like to operate, obviously we're not trying to make it extremely tight to the point where we're not able to make any money. So I think that conservatively, it's going to take about 50,000 to bring it up to speed, 2021 standards. That's going to allow me to sell it for 120. So then I have to take that into consideration. 50,000 off of 120. I'm sitting at about 70,000. And then it's a matter of how much profit I want to make. So I could probably stretch those numbers a little bit more because I probably could come up to 50. I offered 40, but I'm just wanting to feel them out. And this is one that I'm just gonna have to slow play. I know that there are things that I could say, but I'm not experienced. So I'll try to figure out, maybe ask my coach or something. But anyways, those are the only two real hot ones that I wanted to give a call to. So I'm gonna end it here. Appreciate you guys. Till the next one. Peace.